And good morning, everyone. Today is the 21st of May, 2019. I'm Roy Potter, and welcome to the Potter Expositor. The chat is on, so welcome as you come in. This is going to be short today. Of course, I've said that before, as you all know, and then I continue on with some other things and get sidetracked and whatever. But I have some important meetings to go to, and I'm not sure I'll be on Thursday. I am going to basically it's a reunion of military and police vets that I know a bunch of these people, and we're going to get together over the weekend. Some longtime friends, some new. So I may do, if I have Wi-Fi during that, if I have a way to upload, I might do a live stream for a few minutes to show you that. Probably most likely the get together on Saturday night. So we'll see. That doesn't mean you have to sit, wait for it, because that would be kind of absurd. But just to let you know what's going on. And, it's really getting to the point now where really this is all in Trump's court completely now. He has to move forward, he and Barr. And some things have happened, as you all know. I'm not going to repeat a whole lot of it here, but I did want to get to some of the details that you would know, I suppose, that I think are important. So let me just check a couple things real quick here and make sure that we're up and running okay. It looks good. Again, hello everyone as you come in. Looks like we've only got a couple. That's all right. Like I said, it's going to be a busy week this week. That's why this is called Will There Be Declassifications This Week? We're hearing, of course, like I said, I heard that the IG report from Horowitz is actually done. It's being reviewed actually that's probably done by now too, and they're planning on releasing that sometime soon, probably within the next week or two, most likely. Now they did say that Horowitz was looking back again at that first FISA application. I don't know. That sounds like to me that I'm sure that's been done. That's probably a caveat in case they need to slow down the process for whatever reason. But we know that's coming, and then we've heard a lot of rumblings that, first of all, Trump said that he was planning on doing about the time that Horowitz has his IG report out, and we heard a lot of rumblings this last few days that there's going to be some declassification this week. So really, we want to keep our eyes open for that. So that's where we are. I wanted to mention a couple of movies. Mike Cernovich has done a great job. He doesn't need me to advertise for him, but there are a couple of videos out right now. One you have to pay for, that's Hoaxed. The other one that he did, and that's a very fine movie, talking about how the mass media has fooled everyone, and the real propaganda that they are. And then the other one is Blood Money, and that one you can see on YouTube. So I would suggest that you go watch those. It'll kind of give you a little more information about what's going on. Blood Money is about the focus on Qatar, some people say. Qatar, the country of Qatar, that supports terrorism and some other things. And so I think that's a really good insight. The important thing that a lot of people still miss in America is the difference between Shiite and Sunni Muslims, and then, of course, the different sects inside those, primarily in the Sunni side. But at any rate, the idea, the understanding what Qatar has done here and who they finance in our country to help them in their interests is really important. So I'd suggest you go see that. So I say, I'm not going to get in much detail today. I'm just going to go through a couple of things. We were all happy to hear that during an interview that Trump finally complained about the military-industrial complex. I don't need to spend a lot of time on that either. I'm glad he finally said it. These people, he's talking about the wars and the situation with Iran, that he wants to try to control the thing with Iran by economics, and also a show of force. That's what the carrier group is doing there. I'm not so certain that this should have happened anyway. But, he says that the MIC, the people in the MIC, and that would include Bolton and probably Pompeo, a lot of others, want war. He actually said that. They want war, and they want to keep people, they want to keep our troops in these other countries, supposedly to project power, but what it's really about is empire building, and I think we all know that. But Trump finally said, I want to bring them home. That hasn't changed. I'm still there. But there are people in the military-industrial complex that want to keep the troops out there, even though I want to bring them home, and they want perpetual war. I'm glad he finally just said it. Now he needs to go one step further, and he needs to say, as I've always said, the MSM is the propaganda arm of the intelligence community. He just needs to say that too, that a lot of the problems that we're having today are because of the intelligence community, and of course Obama's connection with that, and Clinton's, and Soros, and et cetera, et cetera. But I was glad to see that he finally outed the MIC. It was about time. We also know that the UK is finally admitting that they had a part in the spying on the Trump campaign, and a lot of Trump supporters, maybe even some of us, with the surveillance that was going on, and not just during the election, but as long ago as starting in about 2009, right after Obama got in. This procedure started. These lawbreakers using our tools that are supposed to go after our enemies, and instead they were focused on us. But I've been saying that for a long time, as most of you who followed me know that. But at any rate, the situation is now coming out, and we've been saying a long time that the British intelligence services, MI6, MI5, GCHQ, those were assisting U.S. intelligence agencies on spying on all of us. So, like I say, that's coming out, and that's probably another reason, as a few people have said, why, with Trump declassifying some things starting this week, the British probably, along with the other foreign intelligence services that have been involved, probably want to get out ahead of this so that they can try to say, no, we really thought there was a problem. We really did think there was a problem. And all I would say to that is this: we're paying these people to protect us, and they can't even figure, like Brennan said, I must have gotten bad intelligence. Unless you're really, really green around the ears, you're not going to get fooled like that. So there are only two possibilities. No, they didn't really think that there was a problem. They didn't even get hoodwinked. And if they did, they're admitting that they're incompetent. No, they were complicit. And I think that's going to come out, at least I hope so. Unfortunately, I do know that, I suspect that Trump is going to give a lot of these other intelligence services, even our own, a lot of leeway. And that's unfortunate. I still hear Hannity saying, the 99% and the CIA and the FBI are okay, and he really doesn't know what he's talking about. He's saying that for whoever he's trying to impress. But I'm not saying there aren't good people, as I've always said, but we really need to have an overhaul in our entire system, absolutely. So I'm hoping that Barr continues down that process. Again, I suspect that he's primarily concerned with saving the institutions. Even more so than maybe the country. But I might be wrong on that, and with the way he's headed right now, I probably have been wrong. At least he's trying to do both. Let's put it that way. Okay, and some other things have come out this week that I thought were important. Maria and Dan Bongino talked about this, and some others. There are some transcripts coming out by Representative Collins showing transcripts. Now, what does that mean? Transcripts of the spying, transcripts of these contacts between Papadopoulos and some on Carter Page with these CIA, FBI assets posing as foreign agents, etc., when they're really ours. Some of these transcripts apparently, they have been released, and some transcripts from some congressional testimony is coming out too to show how pervasive this was. Again, Hannity says, "Oh, it's just the top levels of the FBI. It's just the top levels. It's it's Comey, it's McCabe, it's Strzok, it's Page." Well, these transcripts show that indeed there are more. There are more, and then the transcripts with Carter Page and Papadopoulos. What are transcripts? Proof that there was a surveillance, that there was a wire on the person that they were visiting. So they were being spied upon. It was not investigation, not on the basis that the FBI and Brennan claim, because that's not. There's not even a counterintelligence operation in a situation like that. That's out of control. There's no evidence to suggest that needed to happen. It was definitely all political, based upon the evil folks in our intelligence agencies, and that includes the FBI and the DOJ. You have Comey and Lynch pointing at each other. You have Comey and Brennan pointing at each other. And this is going to continue like this for some time, I think, as we all know. So that's really all I wanted to cover today. Like I said, I have a meeting to go to. It's really important, and I don't know for the rest of the week if I'm going to be around. If I can, I'll do an upload, but I'm not certain that that's going to be possible under the circumstances. But we'll see. So possibly on Thursday. Don't count on it. But then on Saturday during the weekend, I'll be at that get together with some old vets and military folks, and that ought to be interesting. And like I say, I might upload a little bit on a live stream from that, just so you can see it. I don't know if all those people want to have their faces with me on YouTube, so it might be kind of from an angle where you can't get a real good look at a lot of those folks. Let me check the chat real quick. I don't want to spend a lot of time here, and at any rate. But let me just see if there's anything. Hello again, everybody, as you came in there. Let me guess, a nothing burger. Well, we'll see, on this declass. If that's what you're talking about, we're going to see. I'm not certain. It's like I've said all along. We seem to be making progress, slow as a freaking turtle, slower than that, more like a snail. And I'm not going to be, convinced that they're serious about cleaning this mess up until I see the first person collared. And the word on the street is it's probably going to be Comey at this point. Who knows? But until that, it's all talk. Okay, it's all talk. But what it is doing is we're all getting more understanding of what happened here and who was involved, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, I'm skeptical too, but I do hope that it will happen. Okay, let me see here. Yeah, Tony Blassetti, you always have good things to say. Yeah, Trump, that's what I'm saying. In his last rally, he's hinting that these things are going to happen. But we've all heard that before. We've heard it before. As a matter of fact, I should play it. As a matter of fact, I think I will. I'm going to play something for you from Headlines with a Voice. Don't get mad at me, okay? But she's right when she did this. She's absolutely right. So let me pull it up, and I'll put it up here so you can check it out and see what I'm talking about here. Okay, it's called and I could play a lot of these, but let me play this one. This is Promises and Procrastination, When Will the Swamp Be Drained? And she's absolutely true, right on this. I'm just hoping that it pushes Trump to actually do it and not procrastinate anymore. So let me play this for you.
On day one, immediately, tomorrow, next week, after the holiday break, after Christmas, after Easter, after New Year's, after Thanksgiving, after the midterms, after Mueller finishes his investigation, when we take back the House during my second term, buy American, hire American, lock her up. Mexico will pay for the wall, the bollard wall, the fence, the barrier. I'll shut down the border. I'll keep the government closed indefinitely. Mexico is starting to do their part. Democrats want open borders. Stop chain migration. Stop the visa lottery program. The forgotten men and women will no longer be forgotten. I'll fight for you. Witch hunt. 14 angry Democrats. Social media censorship. Very unfair. I will put Americans first. I want 5G. Bruce Orr and his lovely wife Nellie. The lovers, Strzok and Page. I met with Tim Cook. Productive meeting. I met with Jack Dorsey. Productive meeting. Take the guns first, go through due process second. For Headlines with a Voice.
Okay, I just wanted to play that because she's right. Despite the fact that, I've said, I've talked to you about my Republican insider and, my feeling on the subject as well, knowing that he has practically the entire apparatus of government against him, and I understand that. But at the same time, there needs to be a positive step forward, and we need to see that. And the best thing that we can do right now, as you can see, she was talking about the D classes, a year ago, over a year ago, those types of things. So what we have right now is this: we need to see the declassifications, and we need to see somebody collared. Those are the two things that are going to prove that we're on the right track. They're trying to get us watching Iran. They're trying to get us to watch Venezuela. They're, as I said before, with the situation with Clinton and all of them, they're marshaling their forces. Andy Z has said that the revolution by Antifa is about ready to start, and it looks like it's going to be an armed one. They want to start at the border, supposedly. I questioned some of the information from that originally, but if it wasn't true initially, they caught on and they're pushing it now. So we're going to see a lot of these things happen. We found out about the Islamic extremist training camps. They're finally admitting that. Trump needs to move, and he needs to move quickly and forcefully. The Insurrection Act. Okay, that's being directed primarily at the problem with the immigration and the overflooding of our country and across the borders, but he can also use it against a lot of other folks that have been involved in sedition against our republic. Will he have the courage to do that? That I don't know. We'll wait and see. Okay, I'm going to go. It's time for me to leave, but I did want to touch base with everyone today. Again, thanks for coming. All I can say is keep your situational awareness on high, keep your eyes on the horizon, your ears to the ground, watch what's going on. Hopefully some of this declassification starts this week. We've heard a lot of things from Congressman Devin Nunes, a lot of things from Mark Meadows, a lot of things from Collins, even Trey Gowdy's opened up a little bit more. I think it's right here, but knowing it and acting on it are two different things. So we're all doing that, okay? All right. God bless you. God bless yours. God bless the Constitutional Republic of the United States of America. And God bless the Second American Revolution. God bless Donald Trump and all of his what? Righteous endeavors, that the Spirit of the Lord may come upon him as the dews from heaven, giving him the spirit of discernment, that he may know the right from the wrong and have the courage to do the right thing. That's the most important out of all of it, as you all know. Let's watch what happens. I'm going to go do some things. Hopefully I'll see you, but don't absolutely bet on it, okay? All right. Not that the things that are happening out there right now, we just need to keep an eye on it. Don't forget, like Colonel Kurt Schlichter says, buy guns and ammo. Not for offensive reasons, but because if you have that horde of Antifas coming down the street armed, you're going to need to protect yourselves. So I'm going to say that again. Of course, I have Colonel Jeff Cooper up in the upper right-hand corner there. He's going to be there for a long time because, unfortunately, as even Our Lady of Headlines with a Voice mentioned, the Second Amendment is in trouble, and Trump didn't help us much with the red flag law deal situation, and now they're going out even more. They're saying, any kind of misdemeanor domestic thing, which is ridiculous. You should not be able to have your weapons. This is getting out of hand. So anyway, you all know that. So we'll just keep an eye on it and see where it goes. All right. Yep, hold on. Let me see if this is somebody I need to talk to. Okay, yeah, that's about it. I'm not sure what's happening there. We'll see you later. Maybe sometime this week. I'm not sure. Okay, out here.